What's up, guys? Welcome back to another review, and this time we're taking a look at the Lion King 2019 live-action remake directed by Jon Favreau. Okay, I'm going to make this review as short as I possibly can. Overall, I think the 2019 remake of the Lion King is all right. It's okay. Overall, I don't think this movie serves any purpose. It didn't take the story in any new creative directions. It's literally a beat-for-beat remake, and if anything, kind of does it a little more lazier way than the original movie does. Mainly because this movie really stretches itself for time and it has a lot of filler scenes. And it doesn't really expand any of the characters or anything like that. So I'm just going to go over my positives and my negatives and get this thing over as fast as I can. Positives. I like Jon Favreau as a director. I think Favreau is really, really great. I like both his Iron Man movies and I enjoyed The Jungle Book. This movie is no different. From a visual standpoint, this movie is very visual pleasing. It's got a good production to it. The CGI is really, really well done. I thought the cast in this movie, they all do a particularly good job. Though there are some there are some cast members that I'm not too particularly crazy with. Um, I know a lot of people like Timon, played by Billy Eichner. Me personally, I would prefer Nathan Lane to have come back because I just don't think Billy Eichner captures that Timon spirit. He just sounds too uninteresting to me. He's not Nathan Lane. Nathan Lane like showed the flashiness. Billy Eichner, he didn't really show that flashiness. At least to me, he didn't. And if he did, it didn't really resonate with me at all. Seth Rogen as Pumbaa, I liked it. There were some moments where he doesn't put enough energy into it. Uh, I enjoyed Donald Glover as Simba. I thought he did a fine job. The great James Earl Jones returns as Mufasa, and like he was in the first movie, he's great in this. Though you can clearly tell that the man's voice is really, really weathered, but does not take away from the performance. But you can really tell. But you can also tell. But you can tell clearly that he's weathered and his voice is weathered and tired. But he does try to give some energy, so I appreciate it. Beyonce as Nala, she's okay. Nothing spectacular, nothing memorable. There are a couple of scenes where she can come across as really, really flat. And the chemistry between Beyonce and Glover, it's all right. I don't think they got enough screen time to really sell the relationship between Nala and Simba. The original animated movie, they did it. It did it fine. This one, I don't know. Maybe it's because Beyonce is not an actress by trade, and she's just not good at emotion. Because she just sounds really flat. Even when she's in battle mode, she just sounds flat. She's not. She's not a good actress. Talented singer, not a good actress. Uh, Chiatawale Euphor as Scar. Now, I love this man in a lot of movies that I've seen him in. As Scar, I'm sorry, I don't like him as Scar. The performance he gives is not horrible. It's actually pretty good. But I like my Scar to glee in the fact that he's evil. This Scar, to me, this Scar comes across more as a serial killer. I don't know. There's something about this Scar that I just did not care for at all. I think Chiatawale is being a little too overly, is being too melodramatic with this role. It's like, bring down the melodramatic and be more fun, be more playful. Jeremy Irons, when he was voicing Scar, you can tell that man was having fun and being playful with the role. Chiatawale, he's acting like he's doing this freaking grand production of a movie. It's like, listen, I get it. The Lion King is heavily inspired by Hamlet, by Shakespeare. But that doesn't mean you got to give a Shakespearean performance for the damn movie. Have fun, have a little fun. Don't be so serious. I think he's just so serious as Scar, and he just did not resonate me in terms of how he brought the character to life. Because I love the character of Scar. I think the character of Scar is great. I love Jeremy Irons as Scar. He brings such a gleeful, sinister, just Jeremy Irons, that is, brings such a playful, gleeful sinisterness to his performance of Scar, which is why that performance still resonates and I love. Shadow Wally, he brings a more subdued, dialed down, just overly serious tone to Scar, and it doesn't resonate with me at all. I understand you want to go for a more realistic approach, but I prefer my Scar to have more fun when he's being evil. This Scar, it's like he's just a serial killer. That just doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me at all. Another thing that does not work for me, I don't like the majority of the recreated songs. Be Prepared is one of my favorite Disney villain songs. This movie did not do it justice at all. Maybe it's because Shadow Wally, he's an actor, not a singer by trade. He brings no emotion or passion to be prepared like Jeremy Irons did. The recreation of Akuma Matata is all right. In the love, in the air, in the love. Can you feel the love tonight? That's okay. Uh, the Circle of Life. It's great. You might as well just copy and paste because it's the same exact thing. So yeah, like a lot of the songs, Bring Prepared just didn't really do it for me. And I Can't Wait to Be King. That one was also pretty done okay. Like the recreated songs for the movie in the updated fashion that they were, they're okay. Be Prepared being the weakest one of the bunch. Very disappointed by how that song got translated in this live action remake. Uh, some things that I do like though, I do like the three hyenas, particularly two hyenas named Kamari and Aziz, played by Eric Andre and Keegan Michael Kay. I thought those two were hilarious with one another. I got a kick out of the jokes, especially when we first see them in the Elephant Graveyard, which I actually like the look of the Elephant Graveyard in the live action movie. I think it looks more scarier in the animated movie, but and for a live recreation, I like it. It has a good horror like atmospheric ambiance to it in the live action movie. It's pretty cool. And like I said, I do like Keegan Michael Kay and Eric Andre as these two hyenas. I thought they were hilarious together, and I like their jokes. I like this running gag where one of the hyenas is always like, "You're getting way too close, man. Back off. Too close. You're my personal space." I thought that was pretty funny. The lead hyena, Senzai, the actress who played her, listen, honey, you are no Whoopi Goldberg. I thought she was a much better Senzai, but the actress in this one, she was alright. Again, like Shadowali, she's just too overly serious. I mean, what is the obsession with being overly serious in this movie? Have some fun, show some life. The majority of these people are just overly serious, and I don't want to. And I'm watching a movie called The Lion King. Have fun, show some energy. This movie to me barely has any energy to it, and it's depressing because when you watch the animated movie, it's very lively, it's very colorful, it has energy. But then you watch this, and they're acting like they just took a freaking Valium, and they're all just like subdued. No, it's not fun. It doesn't make for a fun movie. At least for me, it doesn't. I mean, there are some performances that are lively. You know, I like Rafiki. I thought the actor who played Rafiki here, he brought a liveliness to it. You know, there are certain scenes where, even though I criticize Billy Eichner, there are some scenes where he and Seth Rogen do show some emotion. There are scenes where Donald Glover can show some emotion. You know, so like this movie does have moments where there's emotion happening and and I feel the fun. But then there are just moments where it's just drawn out and just overly serious, and it's just like, come on, this is The Lion King, have fun. And the fact that this movie stretches its runtime out when it could have just easily chopped up a little bit, and told a much better story, because this movie didn't really tell nothing. It just repeated the exact same story of the original movie. It's like it played it really, really safe. You know, it didn't expand on anything. Like, we didn't really see Simba when he meets Timon and Pumbaa. If you wanna remake The Lion King, show the evolution of Simba, not through montage like in the animated movie. Your live action movie. Now I want you to stretch it out a little bit. Let's see Simba year by year with Timon and Pumbaa gradually growing up into what he becomes. Instead, we did the exact same thing like the animated movie. We just montage Simba's growth as a character and as a person, and we don't get nothing, and we don't get that in between where we see him develop. It just happens. You know, that's something that you could have easily done. I don't think the movie accomplished that feat. I think it wanted to accomplish that feat, but to me, it did not accomplish that feat at all. I didn't really care for it. I'm sorry. Like, I'm making it sound like I'm really raking this movie over the coals, because at the end of the day, I did like it. You know, I enjoyed it. Again, it's visually pleasing. The performances are solid, though I think they can be very subdued in a lot of areas. And none of these actors, and very, very rare in this movie where I actually feel like the actors are having fun. Like, to me, the only actors that that sound like they're having fun are Keegan Michael Kay and Eric Andre, because they're the life of the party. Everyone else are just too drawn out and overly serious. And just like what they did with Jafar and Aladdin, I don't like how they handled Scar in this movie. Really, Jafar and Scar are my two favorite Disney villains, and so far their live action counterparts have been the weakest parts and the most polarizing parts, at least to me, when it comes to the remakes. They're like the two weakest parts, and I don't like it because they're great villains. So think at the end of the day, I'm going to give the Lion King live action remake. I'm sorry, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. I like it more than Aladdin, but the Lion King has got its own problems to it as well. 5 out of 10 for the live action Lion King remake. Those are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment sections down below. Like the video and subscribe, and I'll check you back next time for more.